Il n'y a plus que les tempêtes organisées par les champs électromagnétiques. Il y a également la pollution que nous mettrons dans le sang et dans les veines de l'humanité en créant des infections. Et ensuite de ça, ayant créé ces infections volontairement, on créera des lois qui obligera la population à se faire donner des vaccins. Et dans ces vaccins, il y aura tout ce qu'il faut pour que vous puissiez être contrôlés. On introduira dans ces vaccins des cristaux liquides. Ces cristaux se logeront dans les cellules de votre cerveau et ils deviendront des micro-récepteurs à des champs électromagnétiques envoyés par des ondes d'ultrasoniques à très très basse fréquence. Et avec ces ondes à très basse fréquence, on pourra vous empêcher de penser. On pourra faire de vous des zombies. Et n'allez pas croire que je suis au stage où je pense, c'est l'hypothèse. Ce que je vous compte, c'est fait. Souvenez-vous du Rwanda.
Yo, what's up, Pups? How's everybody doing tonight? Yo, you getting Twitch? What's up? Twitch is back on. We got the bandwidth going. We got X. We're streaming out everywhere. Of course, we're here on YouTube. What's up, Pups? Christopher Gleason, what's happening, brother? Good to see you, man. You know, your messages are amazing. They really are. I always love replying to them. Salty Dog, what's going on? We got a lot to talk about today. Ethno Sapien, what's up? Yup, there you go. 777's the key. What's up, Hans? How's it going? Tam, great to see you. Make sure everything's working, right? Yeah. Looking good. Made some tweaks, got some extra bandwidth. By the way, the link to join is in the Telegram group at St. Wolf Vision. We have 69 people watching right now, but only 17 likes. Smash that likes. Let's see if we can get 69 likes with 69 people watching. That would be great. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. What's up, Tom? Look at, well, okay. I see that. I see what you did. We got more people watching. A lot of likes came in. Nice. What's up? Lucky Luke 369. What's going on? Oh, this is barely up. Hang on one second. Hello. Is that better? Oh, there we go. Something was wrong. Yeah. We got some juicy news tonight. It's been a second. Love Matters, what's going on? Jesse Jonas, how are you? Boogie Doo, what's up? Josh T, Crypto Phil, Surf and Coin. What's happening, brother? Ryan, when is B-Roots going to apologize? For what? What's he apologizing for? Marco, if the Japanese dump their U.S. Treasury, Bitcoin will skyrocket. Yeah, let's see what they're going to do. We can blame everything on Japan. Alpha Hover, what's up? Shrey Ox, good to see you. What's up, Wolves? What's up, Ryan? What's up, Mr. Fast Abdul, sir? What's that? Gabriel Torres. Yep. Needs to fess up. You guys talking about pDAI? Is that what it is? All right, 99 people watching. We got up 34 likes. Let's get those likes up before we start. Crypto Night. What's happening? Conspiracy Crypto. What's up, man? Marco Marcello. Of course, man. Smash that like, everybody. Just smash it. It's really good for you. It gets your testosterone up. The ladies will feel your aura emanating from you. If you smash that like button, they'll feel that nerve power. I know that each one of you has. What's up, Ashmore? British Hexagons locked in. Ryan, Jim Cork, how's the alpha stream? You tell me. How is it? Shishio, what's up? Cheers, everybody. We're at all-time high for Bitcoin. That's pretty awesome. Let's see how long we're to stay there. Yeah. Let's go. Oh, we just were at 69 on YouTube. We got to get at least 69 likes, right? Embrace the masculinity. Send it. Yeah. Smash it, baby. Pups. Smash it. Good times are coming. Good times are coming, man. I'm excited about 2025. Really excited. All right. Let me check the Telegram. Who's in the Telegram right now? At Saint Wolf Vision. All right. Is the Telegram. At Saint Wolf Vision. Go to the Telegram. We'll look at BTC dominance, of course. Less banking, what's happening? Go to Telegram at St. Wolf Vision. Telegram. Let's see. Welcome, Stray Ox. You are number 599. The next person is going to be the 600th person in there. All right, let's go get some news. Let's see what's going on. Where are we at? There's my boys. They're my boys. Trump and CZ. The stream's lagging a little bit. Let me know if there's some issues. I might have too many charts open already. Let me know. I can shut some stuff down. Because I'm doing, we're going Twitch, X, and YouTube tonight. All right. I thought I got the bandwidth for it, but listen, if the stream starts sticking, let me know ASAP and I'll cut something. Otherwise it could drop, right? So let me know if it does get sticky, something weird is going on. If it just starts lagging or anything, let me know and I'll cut something. I already took my phone off the network. We should be good. Phone is off the network. Let me think. Laptop's off. Yeah, we should be able to do it. Okay, good. But as soon as you guys see anything funny at all, let me know ASAP. I'll cut it. We'll find out when guests join, all right? All right. All right, really quick, if you guys do ever get the munchies, not that I would ever recommend you smoking anything like Kush or Indica or any of that purple, dank, green, you know what I'm talking about. If you ever do and you get the munchies, just, watch this, okay? Just don't, I know you're tempted sometimes, but just look. Let me show you something. And yes, that is what you think it is at the bottom of that cup. I didn't even Blue Dream. Well, look, it's order 5,897 of the day. So some people like it. Some people drinking it. And I know when they're drinking it. You guys aren't drinking this stuff, right? Okay, good. We don't have this. Actually, we do. There are places you can get these American things. We got a Starbucks out here in one of the centers here in Prague. It literally says on the label 12 things of sugar. That's crazy, man. People drink this. Just tell me you're not drinking it. You know what's crazy? If you really get the munchies, and like, fucking just put honey on any piece of fruit, and it's incredible when you're high. But I've never been high. I would never do anything like that. But if I did, I would just put honey on some fruit, and it'll blow your mind. Actually, you can put honey on just about anything, and it makes it good. All right, so you guys know I'm from California, right? So they were spraying the skies all the time, and we were just a bunch of conspiracy nuts, apparently. But now they're spraying stuff, and I mean, you have to understand, it's like we're bugs, right? And they were just running this shit in the sky all the time. And I don't know whether you believe it or not, but when they tested, I remember around, because I'd go over to, my buddy would gamble all the time, so we would go to Tahoe all the time, right? And there's a lake there, and apparently they were testing, and they were finding all these metals, like aluminum and barium, all over around Lake Tahoe, which is a very pristine area. If you ever get to go there, it's absolutely stunning. We'd stay up there for like a weekend or week and just party. And, some friends that love to gamble and shit. And now, it's really affecting the soil now, all right? It's really getting in there. And you can't run from this.
It just died right here. Okay, now I gotta show you this. So here's my other trees in my front yard. I got that one. That one. This one usually has red leaves everywhere. This is my plum tree. Okay.
My friends are all growers of apples, of course. But I used to grow as well.
You see?
Apples. But
these trees are fine. This is my neighbor's property, and this was
we were all outdoor growers, right?
And then I'm not sure which one this is. That's another one of my neighbor's trees. But then I saw this video right here.
I'm Steve Jarvis. I'm going to Washington, D.C. and to present my farm plan. And my farm plan will create 1 million new farms, 40-acre farms. But I want to talk to you today. I need 1 million people to say they don't want this stratospheric aerosol injection. I find it odd that what they're doing over there in UK to darken the sun, they call it Satan. And it stands for stratospheric aerosol, whatever. But I want to show you this tree. Last year, they sprayed, my bean crops turned yellow the same day, but it burnt. This is like a 150-year-old apple tree, but you can see how it just burnt the tips of it, the top of it. This thing
from Tahoe,
is normally just loaded and loaded with blooms. There's some on the other side.
One of the things I miss about living in Southern California.
This is harming my crops.
Going to Tahoe, man.
Nothing is organic anymore in the United States. I need to know, this is one of the questions we're going to ask when I get to DC, who has the power to turn this off? Look at the sky. Look over here.
So I have close to about 20 trees on my property. And again, the 2 that died were the fruit trees. I hope this somehow comes back. But
the fruit trees, I was growing a lot of stuff, not just what you think, but I was growing tons of stuff, grapes and apples and pomegranates and like amazing stuff. But, all the preppers, everybody, they're going to be in for a surprise. I mean, they've already thought of this, right? And like the guy just said, all the fruit trees, everything that produces food, that's dying first because just like us, they're more sensitive. Not to mention the effect it's having on your kids or you just living there and breathing it and being there every day and being exposed to it, right? And of course, the bees are being affected by it. Everything's being affected by it. Everything living and sensitive. Close to, I love South Lake. Funny I was born here. Yeah. There's a seat waiting for you at tables you haven't seen yet. Doors are opening that you didn't even knock on. You belong in rooms you haven't even dreamed of yet. You belong in rooms you haven't even dreamed of yet, pups. It's about to get real. Oh, I don't know myself. I know what it's been like, man. I've been down a long time. Just hold on. Oh, shit. I'm gonna get flagged for that, right? Sorry. It's better with the music. You guys get it. Maybe I can play something else. Oh, that works. There we go. Oh, beautiful. This is going to be all the Cardano boys pretty soon. I feel like I've been there before. I remember when I was young, living in LA, and I'd have like 2 jobs or 3 jobs, and I didn't even know where I was half the time. I didn't even know which job I was at half the time. I feel like I could really relate to this in some weird way. All right. All right, so a little bit of the AI. This is Nvidia. I think we might have played this before, but it's really spectacular and it's worth playing again.
Tell me that wasn't amazing. Hey, Blue. How are you doing? How do you like your new physics engine? You like it, huh? Yeah, I bet. I know. Tactile feedback, rigid body, soft body simulation, super real time. Can you imagine just now what you were looking at is complete real time simulation? This is how we're going to train robots in the future. Just so you know, Blue has 2 computers, 2 Nvidia computers inside. Look how smart you are. Yes, you're smart. Okay. All right. Hey, Blue, listen. How about let's take them home? Let's finish this keynote. It's lunchtime. Are you ready? Let's finish it up. We have another announcement. You're good. You're good. Just stand right here. Stand right here. Stand right here. All right, good. Right there. That's good. All right, stand.
That's pretty crazy, right? That thing is crazy. Look at this thing. That's amazing. That's really amazing. That's something. So they're coming up with all kinds of ones. Check this one out. This is pretty cool. This is another one that has like a little Nvidia computer in it. How cool is this?
That was pretty sick.
That was awesome. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's see that again. I want to get one of these. It has like a little tail on the back too. I don't know. It's like flapping around back there. I don't know what that is. Crypto Artie, what's happening, brother? How's it going, man? Good to see you. What's up, Hans? Ink Maxi, of course, man. Doing great. Actually been getting some sleep. The weather's getting warmer here. All right, let's get to it. Richard Hart. Richard Hart is coming back full force. We're going to look at his tweets. He's been tweeting up a storm. Or, I don't know, what do you call an X post? It's not a tweet, right? It's he's been posting up a storm. I don't know, what do they call it? Euphoria gradually kicking in for Skita and Maxis. It's nice. It's moving up. Yeah, it's great. Nice suspension. Yeah, the suspension was really cool on that thing, right? So this is RH from back in the day. Somebody found this early picture of Richard Hart. This was before he got into crypto. This must have been coming out of like 2008, 2009-ish, I'm guessing. I remember this fashion thing. He was into I didn't know he was into My Chemical Romance and stuff. Yeah, that's far out. Oh, he was, he looked really different back then, but the same, like you can recognize him, but interesting. Otherwise, would seriously join in a heartbeat on my way to airport. Dude, you're a busy guy. You're going to Athens. Dude, you're right down the street from me. Why don't you stop by? The weather is beautiful. Oh, you should come. Oh, the wedding's probably this weekend, I'm guessing, right? But next week there's a lot of cool events because all the wine events, outdoor beer events, beer gardens. It's a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. You should come. Stop by. You can crash the studio. This is Richard Hart. It has been confirmed. This was confirmed by a hexologist that this is Richard Hart, circa 2006. He's saying. So, I don't know. Is that 20 years ago? I don't think it's that long ago, but let's see. All right. Dirty Crypto just posted. Richard Hart mentions 300,000 BTC. That's 32.4 billion. Shout out Dirty Crypto. Thanks, brother. PulseChain has 171,000 ETH in his war chest, more than Coinbase and the U.S. government. Godwale has 400,420 ETH from Ethereum Genesis ICO. Welcome to the most gatekept, undiscovered gold mine in crypto. Holy fuck. That's a lot of ETH. We're going to need a bigger boat. We're going to need a bigger bridge, pups. 200,000 BTC minted Hex on the contract. That's the amount of BTC that was given Hex for free. Interesting. All right, let's watch this video. What do you say?
Sadly, I do have some Bitcoin, and I don't want it. I hate it. So you'll try. Come meet me in the market. See how much of my Bitcoin you get, Mr. Trader Guy. My coin's up 1,700x before staking, 3,400x with staking. No margin trading. No. I also have 100% uptime. I also have flawless function. I also have 300,000 BTC, minted it for free in the contract. Do you have 300,000? Sadly, I do have some Bitcoin, and I don't want it. I hate it.
He doesn't want it.
You'll try. Come meet me in the market. See how much of my Bitcoin you get, Mr. Trader Guy. My coin's up 1,700x before staking, 3,400x with staking. No margin trading. No. I also have 100% uptime. I also have flawless function. I also have 300,000 BTC, minted it for free in the contract. Do you have 300,000? Sadly, I do have some Bitcoin.
All right, let's go really quick. I want to see. Now he posted some interesting stuff.
Says I can do what I
Not to worry. I have a permit.
This just says I can do what I want.
Not to worry. I have a permit.
This just says I can do what I want.
Crypto
worry.
Princess, what's
I have a
happening?
permit.
How you doing? He says, it's 12 hours ago, he said the best Ethereum could have done for its price was to give me all the ETH. The best Ethereum could have done for its price was to give me all the ETH. The best time to start supporting me was long ago. The second best time to start is now. I have to click true. What else am I going to click? Of course it's fucking true. It'd be better if we had all the ETH. I agree with him. What's the Ethereum Foundation going to do with it? I think they're vegetarians. It's not a good use of funds, man. What's up, Red Bull? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Holy moly. Point. Okay. So he's coming back. Now, this is by Wild SJ. She's doing something here. I think this is pretty cool. She's always shining amazing vibes. Let's see what she's talking about here.
Everyone, hope you are doing well. I am really excited because check this out. Oh, what's that? Do I have a camera person? Is there somebody watching?
This is
so
okay. This video could go a lot of directions right now. Fast Abdul, good timing. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Where'd you go? I didn't click anything. Oh, go ahead. Just let yourself in. Mikasa Sukasa. Hang on, pups. We got somebody at the door. Let me see what this button does over here. Yo, what's up, brother?
Hey, Wolf.
Hey, man. Your thing, you're like ultra zoomed in right now. Is that me doing this?
Give me 1 sec. I'll fix it.
Hang on. I can zoom you out on my end a little bit, but that's weird. Is that my girlfriend saying Wolf? That is my girlfriend. Oh, let me punch you. I'm going to punch you in, brother, while you fix that. Yo, yo. Oh, what's happening? Oh, looking good, looking good. Looking sharp, man. Good to see you.
Thanks, you too.
Do you mean it?
What's going on today?
Do you mean it, or are you just saying that?
No, I like your I like your hair today. Looks fancy. Put me on the spot.
Yeah.
You seem to be lagging a bit, eh?
Yeah, you're doing a little bit of lagging, but I don't think it's my stream. It might just take a second to catch up. One thing you...
I'm going to jump out and jump back in. I think,
okay. Or you can click the down-regulate the bandwidth on your YouTube. That helps sometimes. Yeah. Good to see you, Crypto Princess. Thanks for stopping by. We have a beautiful woman in our community. Yes, we do. That is my girlfriend. How did you know? Digital money. How can you tell? How can you tell? This is a wild SJ. She is a long-standing OG member of the community. Actually, I don't know if she's an OG, but she's a very famous member of the community who spreads good vibes everywhere she goes. So let's listen to this. We'll wait for Fast Abdul to come back here.
Decided to go out and get the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which is something Richard had recommended, and I love it already. This is my first time recording with it, and I got the face tracking on, obviously. Super cool. I love this because the camera's over here, I have my hands free, and that means that I don't have to carry around my laptop while I'm recording with my phone. I can use my phone for the quotes. So welcome to another daily quote from Richard Hart's book, Sci-Vive. This one is brought to you by, I think, Gina E. And then some is the handle. And the word of the day is energy. Now, this quote is one of my favorites. I think that this really summarizes a lot of the points that Richard makes in Sci-Vive and a lot of the action that he's trying to get us to take. So... all right, here's the quote. You can change what you become by changing what you absorb. If the world is a light and you're a if the world is a light and you're a crystal, oh, I can't say these things. If the world is a light and you're a crystal Swarovski bear, whatever you look at, that light shines onto you, and now you're that color. If you focus on negative energy, now you're a negative person. If you focus on positive energy, now you're a positive person. So again, one of my favorite quotes from the entire book, and y'all can find the book at t.me/scivive. You can find the audiobooks pinned there, and then also at youtube.com/awildsj. As well, Hexologist has got a audiobook version with Richard reading it. So check those out. Listen to Sci-Vive. Listen to more of Richard's, words of wisdom, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Hey. Oh,
he's always so positive.
What now?
Yeah, love it, love it. Just always great vibes. Thanks, Wild SJ. That was very cool. The law of vibration. That's right. That's what it is. That's what she's talking about. And I'm going to go look. Now, Eric Wall has been in a bit of a thing. He says, me when I make a bet against a Hexagon while the whole Hex community screams about how I'm going to lose. All right. Let's watch this.
Well, it looks like the Mantis is winning.
Jesus.
Yeah. Definitely eating that guy's head.
Wow, okay. Hexagons are a tasty snack, but don't dance on graves or gloat. Not a good look. He's just asking for it. These guys are just asking for it. Fast Abdul sending the what? Ovidian. Thanks for the inked loan. Green candles. Yes, sir. Gary Woods, this is not an accurate depiction. That bee had no panties to bet. That's an interesting take.
Well, because he's done all those bets with girls, right? Like he bet KDP and that HVID girl.
Right, right.
I don't know if they paid him or not. I'm pretty sure he won the bet.
Well, they were certainly quite loud, right?
Yeah.
Like,
but that's their job, is to be loud, right? Like they're like crypto influencers. They're loud. It's okay. Eric is funny though. I do get a kick out of him.
Eric is funny. He's very funny. Like he's an absolute genius. Definitely would like to chat with him sometime. Definitely. But yeah, we got some green candles. Let's go switch it up. Oh, hold on one second. I lost my mouse.
Oh shit.
Let me see if I can get that going.
One pair of pants later.
Gonna run a sacrifice to get you a new mouse. It's a continuous problem.
Yeah, you guys were supposed to be on that. What's going on? All right, let's go do that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff open here. What is all this stuff? Huh. Okay, cool.
I noticed you've been making guest appearances lately. Yeah, I saw you with RH Max earlier and a bunch of other chads.
Yeah. Shout out to RH Max, man. He's just always trying to bring the community together. He's bringing everybody together. And I am in a different time zone, so it's often hard. But I got that message from him today, and it worked out perfect. So I could slip on, and then I slipped on with you guys yesterday. I think it was yesterday, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah. Whenever I can, I'm going to try to, for sure. Yeah, so really quick, before we go here into the charts, I want you guys to, have you guys checked out RH Max? What is going on with Google security check? Oh, you got to be kidding me. Why? I don't want to link any services right now. Fuck.
What are you doing?
You guys need to go check out RH Max if you guys aren't already following him. Yep.
Yeah, he has surprisingly few followers for the amount of content that guy makes.
This is RH Max, coming at you with a message for all the crypto space out there. We want true DeFi, no admin keys. Get rich slow, wait, and you shall receive. See, trust.
So he does. This isn't my main account anyway, so I'm not logged in, so that's why it doesn't show that I'm subscribed to this one. But he's he's always doing amazing content. He's always positive about the chain. He's never stopped streaming, bear market or not. So, you got to love the guy, and definitely go in and support his content whenever you see him doing anything. I've gotten to jump on with him a few times, and he's just a really great guy. Yeah, really great guy.
And he's chill. Like, he doesn't. He's not out there starting fights. In fact, he just did that debate with Dipcatcher about his EHEX chain, and it was pretty good, right? Like, he sees both sides of the argument.
No, I'm sorry, not this one.
No, that's a different one.
He's got them lined up. Where's the Dipcatcher one?
It would have been a couple days ago. Oh, one down from there. Where he looks like Darth Vader. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
It happens off the main net, but then it's logged to the main net. So, like, that was like a multi-year thing that caused all that. So that's why it just doesn't make sense to do it on PulseChain.
Sweet. So you guys go check out RH Max, great guy. And while we're at it, smash the like button. If you're not subscribed to St. Wolf Vision, subscribe to the channel. Go to the Telegram at St. Wolf Vision. We got some major announcements coming. Giving everybody a chance to get in there before it drops. What's up, Creed Crypto? How you doing, man? What's up, Grandpa Pulse? What's going on? What's happening? We got too many trolls. Trolls are good. We like trolls, right? Never seen his hair. He always wears a hat. That's right. All right. Let's go look at these charts. What's going on? So BTC hit an all-time high. All right. Let's go to a cleaner chart here. I need to put these on. Look at charts. All right.
So did it hit an all-time high today, or did it like bounce off an all-time high?
It's so. I drew that for you guys live last time. No, it hit 109,832, and the old all-time high was 109.5, right? So.
Okay. Nice.
109.6-ish and 109.8-ish. So we did make an all-time high.
It's still bouncing around up there.
Yeah, we still did it. It's still looking good. Got some volume. Everything's looking really nice. This was something I drew a while back. If you guys remember, we were down here when I drew this. So I was saying we've got a ton. I drew this line here. I said we got a lot of resistance there, and we've come up just about right to it. And then I drew another line here. So I said we got a lot of confluence. So I was telling everybody 111 to 114-ish. I thought we'd get in there. Let's see if we do get in there. But we're right there. Let's go. We are in our channel that we've been holding since October of 2022. We've been in this upward channel. I'm on a log chart right here, and we've always bounced off the bottom of the channel. You can see we wicked below it a little bit. That big scare, we got that low down at 74K, but we are moving up, and it's crazy. I drew this months ago. This was one of them I drew months ago, and we're tracking up. The midline here is about 113-ish, so it's in that range that I was giving between 111 and 114. That would be the midline here of this channel that we've been in for over 2 years now. All right. Now, the top of this channel, depending on let's say we were to push up into the end of May, let's say we did something crazy into June, you're talking about 140, 150 if we hit the top, okay, 140, 150. And it is possible. It is absolutely possible that that could happen. But I think most of you guys want to know what's going on with Ethereum.
Hell yeah.
What's going on?
That's the one that matters to the PulseChain peeps.
Right. So I was drawing this bullish take, I think, over a week ago there. And we've come up and we've slammed into this resistance point. This is where we've held support, and we broke here back in February, middle of February, and we collapsed, and we've come up and we've hit it. All right. And that's where we've been rejected. Now, that's totally normal. This is absolutely normal. You've broken a major support, and we're coming up to retest it. So I was expecting a pullback, possibly here to 2100. It doesn't have to. We could absolutely go sideways, get some strength, You could see we already dropped to 23. We could just stay at 23, 22, and then start moving up. But I do expect a little bit of a pullback before we get above that resistance again, which is at about 2,500, and hold above and go and really show some strength here. So let's see what happens here. But so far so good, but we're not out of the woods yet in terms of alts and ETH. But things are looking great, okay? On the weekly, we've got this, we've got a mate. Oh shit, I don't want that button. You see this cross here on this MACD looking really nice. You got a ton of green showing up here. We're moving up, okay? So this is very good. Now, have we got any false signals in the past on this weekly on Ethereum? No, we have not, okay? You can see you can have these pullbacks, but generally when we get one of these major crosses, it's good, you know, it could be time to send. And we could go into a glorious alt season, or at least get up back to where we were around that 3,000 range, 3,500, 4,000 in there. And then for the fall, we would be ready to break it and go into much higher levels. All right. This is a process now. ETH is a big asset. Now it can move very quickly, but really we need to get up into this range between 4,000 and 2,500 and start hanging out. Really, we need to get above this line here, okay, where we got rejected from back a couple weeks ago, okay? So that would be, let's say 2,800. We need to get up above 2,800 and hang out and start building some support through here. And then hopefully by fall, or who knows, maybe something really crazy happens June, but I would think by fall, we could start breaking through all this, and then it's blue sky territory. And then we can really start putting in some bullish targets up here, which I'll do on the next stream for sure. I do have some targets up above, but I will put them out. But yeah, we're looking good. Let's look at the monthly. Let's look at some of these candles really quick while we're here. Now, why this is a, you can see the monthly, we were rolling over, right? And you can see now the MACD's turning on the monthly. Okay, it's going sideways there. You guys can see that really well, right? You got the dark red turning into a pink, which is really nice. You can see how it does this. So this is really, really good to see. The only thing you would be concerned if I flip this over, you're coming back and this old support is now resistance, or this is flipped over. So what we don't want to see obviously is it bounce, get rejected, and start doing something like this. Yeah, so we want to break that line. It's really nice. Let's look at ETH BTC. Do we have one huge quick alt season? Let's see. So hang on a second. Okay, so we're looking good here. I'm going to switch here to the weekly. Yep, look at that. Are we going to make this little W here? If you guys remember, I've talked often about 2019. We've come down once, hit the 0.016 ratio ETH BTC. We did a massive move up of 40 something percent, and then we dumped, okay, to make a higher low, and that was a dump of about 26%. So let's see what's going on. So here too, we've got from that bottom, that first bottom we made, we've got a move up of 44%, so almost the same as before. And let's see if we get a dip to something similar. Not to say it has to do what we've done in the past, but generally my rule is when we're in the unknown territory, I just look left and see what something's done before. And so we could have something like this, or we could just start pushing up from here. But we are being rejected, so maybe we need that little pullback and we just want to see a higher low. We'll probably get some bullish divergence down below in the RSI, and that'll be our signal that just like it was in 2019, that we're ready to send. And then from there, from that higher low, it was just constantly higher lows, higher highs. going all the way up, and that's all we want to see. Higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, going all the way up on the ETH BTC. So right now we're at 0.023. It had gotten as low as 0.017. Pretty interesting. Paul Sachs says, just friendly. What's up, Bright Light? Said, the question is, do we have one huge quick alt season ending in December 25, or do we have two waves moving into 26? Don't forget to take profits. Don't live the nightmare of round tripping. Red Bull, we don't know. We don't know. My speculation was, look, I talked about this a little bit before. Why is this crazy fucking loud right now? I've talked about this before, that, you know, we could have a situation where we go into 2026, so that would mean we have a bit of a recession or drawdown. Maybe we push up into this May, June, and then we simmer out, and then the fall maybe isn't as spectacular as we think it's going to be. And then 2026, we erupt into the new year, and that bull run goes much longer than people expect. Or, like you're suggesting, we have a normal bull run, because each bull run's usually, I think, high to high is like 1,100 days-ish, so that would put us at about October. We're being, maybe BTC hits that 150-ish range by then. ETH is breaking out above 4K, and we do have a big alt season in the fall. That would just be normal, like a normal cycle, and timed like every other cycle we've had before.
Yeah, the alt season can come after the top, right? Like after the BTC top is traditionally when the alt season is. So it's not a sad thing if we hit the top and there's 3 months after that are really good for everything else.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You'd have a crazy October, November, December, you know, and great. I'd love it. Actually, I would prefer to just have it sooner. But what could delay it would be all the great news, the amazing news with everything going on seems to be coming out in 2026, which is really interesting. Right now, they're focused on tariffs and what have you, right? But the only thing I could see really stopping this rally would be something that would happen, because, you know, we're bullish. We're bullish. Everybody's a bull. Markets go up. You don't want to get caught, you know, being too bearish. You know, of course, it pays to be a bull in a bull run, of course. So, but is it going to get stretched out or not? It's really hard to say. Right now, we're going up, so I'll take that. I would say definitely July and August would probably be our drawdown, right? But unless something happens or breaks or we get some crazy surprise, then I would think we're just going to rip into the fall, catching a lot of people off guard as well, because a lot of people are expecting, you know, a recession or whatever, or worse, or who knows, right? But when so many people are talking about black swans and recessions, they usually don't come out like that, right? Yeah. So
do you think it'll draw down into the summer?
I think July and August makes sense. Yeah.
Just because guys are on vacation kind of thing, or what's the rationale?
Yeah, I mean, I already know, all the traders I know have already July, August booked in Portugal and Italy or Greece or wherever, so no one's at their desk. But it doesn't mean crypto can't run, you know. You know, or it doesn't have to necessarily collapse or have a big drawdown. It could just go kind of stale for a little bit and just have a little bit of pullbacks, and, you know, that's it. But
sideways.
You may not get some dream entry, or, you know. That being said, we really don't know at this point, you know, how they're going to time the cycle or what they're going to do. I think a lot of it may just have to do with ETH. If ETH can hold and break above, then we're good. If ETH gets rejected, falls down a little bit, then that might tell me that big money knows something, and that'll be a chart I'll be looking at, because that is really how they manipulate the market now. All the liquidity flows are pretty net positive into BTC, and that's great. But of course, we're in altcoins, right? So unless you're trading BTC, you're concerned about what ETH is going to do. We can come over here.
What is kind of like the next ETH target, right? Like in a step up, like 3K. Like what's a bullish target we want to see ETH hit?
I just want to get it above 28K and close above there. Close candles.
$2,800. Okay.
Yeah. If we close a weekly above 28, I mean, we're looking really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because this line's really important to me. That's exactly where we were ejected, right there. All right.
Okay.
Okay, and you can see this. You can see this line going all the way back. Okay. So, let me make that a little darker. Yeah, so you guys see that, right? And that's exactly where we bounced and we came right up to, right there. So that's obviously, this is an important line, right? Depending on where we get above it, 2,700, 2,800, somewhere in this range, we need to close in this area up here. Otherwise, I'm looking for this to take a rejection, right? Same Wolf, the good thing is that we have keep organizing our stacks. The scary part is when we take off to new levels, most won't be able to catch up when that happens. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Well, look what happened with ETH, right? Nobody was able to get in if you thought, okay, if you're waiting for lower targets, that might have been your only chance down here at 1355. I mean, that was pretty good entry. You're already at 2,500, right?
Oh, yeah.
It'll extend into the midterm elections. Now, when is midterm elections? That's
midterm elections. November 3rd, 2026.
So, yeah, it's possible. And, you know, I've talked about this before, how there's a lot of money on the sidelines right now. And for them to come in, you might need something to catalyze them to move in to the markets, right? And maybe that is 2026. So maybe that is, they might hold us off until then. That's possible. And we've talked about that before, right?
We need something so bullish that everybody thinks it's never coming back down, right? Like, until we have that euphoria, I don't think we're going to see a top. And there certainly is not euphoria, in my opinion. What do you think?
No, we're not. Well, yeah, I mean, it's not, yeah. So there's certainly time for this bull run. And here's the thing, though, too. It doesn't mean that everything has to stay down low. We could absolutely be at sack price or slightly above when alt season begins. So I hope everybody's bags are packed. Let's go look at really quick. Let's see what the DJI did today. Okay, we got a little pullback there. This is the thing I would be most concerned about. This is the transportation index, okay? This is firing a warning sign here, okay? Because it went up. See how it's always been rejected here? This is since November of 2024. This is when everything peaked, right? We had kind of, everything was euphoric in November, December. ETH started falling apart, and DJT has been falling since then and constantly being rejected as it's tried to come up, okay? And making very bearish looking moves, okay? Now, DJT is Dow Jones Transportation Index. That is an index of all your transportation, your freight, your deliveries, your big cargo, et cetera, et cetera. So this tells you, is the economy expanding or is it shrinking at the moment? And it's been shrinking since the end of 2024, okay? Which is when we had our last kind of big euphoric time, right? November, December was quite euphoric, right? And you can see the DJT, it does reflect exactly what's going on. This is and this is the one of the things I'm looking at. So what we want to see happen with this is, you know, obviously we want to come up and start making higher highs here, okay? Just like, oops, for example, this was 2021. This was November of 2021, okay? If you guys remember last cycle, right? So people who are looking at this could have done well for themselves, right? In terms of understanding when the cycle also topped, right? That was a signal. And this was falling all the way until September of 2022. And if you remember how bearish we were in September of 22, I remember it was like absolute depression, right? And then we started picking up on the DJT, and you made a higher low right here. Okay, that was in January 6th. I remember buying along on Bitcoin on January 2nd at 15.7, I think it was. And what did it do? It finally broke this resistance, okay, right here. And this was broken on the 13th of January. BTC had already ripped to almost 20K, okay? And then it popped out and it made this old resistance support. Now, what do we have here? DJT, Transportation Index. It's being rejected nonstop. Now, here's a low down here. Is it over? Was that it, right? Was that the low? And now we're just going to come up and dance and then break above this line? Well, that's what I want to see, right? I want to see pretty much what we saw there. This happened, right? Bam, 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 you know, and out, whatever it's going to do, right? Right now, it gapped down, okay? And there may just be some fear in the market. We're not going to know. I think if this line breaks, that's why I put this line right here. This is really strong support. If this breaks, I'm going to say that this was a type of bull trap, right? That big money knows weakness is coming in. So this might be a good way to just think, are we going to get a bit of that recession vibe, which doesn't mean it's over. It just means that the cycle is going to be extended like we've talked about, and that actually altcoin season is going to come in 2026, not at the end of 2025. We don't know that yet. So this would be DJT at about 14,420. We need, if it breaks this, you know, it would be just like coming back here in 2021. And you know, you getting something like this here, and it's come up to the line, and I'll just show you how that looks like in the past. That would be like this. That's kind of, let's say we're there. And if it holds above this, that's great. But if it breaks below that, that could mean that there's one more low coming, which means another scare to the markets or whatever that is, right? Or China or blah, blah, blah. But, you know, if we're here, let's see. Give you guys an example. This did break below it again, but it came. Let me see where I want to draw this. Like what to look for. It's very different. You've got this. Plus, you got other things to look at as well. If I were to, yeah. It did break below this, but then it came right back up. This was, you probably took note of this on the RSI as well. So we can see where we've come down very low here on the RSI and the DJT, and we've come up. And if this stays quite high on the RSI, even if we break below this, but this stays very high up there, just like it did back here, then that could be a really good sign that we're gonna hit it and break above that resistance. So that's what we're going to look at.
How correlated do you think this is with crypto?
Here's the interesting thing. Just because the stock market takes a tumble and gets weak and people start screaming recession again, it doesn't mean that BTC has to start to slip. There could be a rotation of capital into BTC. Unless there's something that really scares markets, you could see BTC hold, which means ETH doesn't necessarily have to get that weak, and your alts aren't necessarily going to fall apart. They may not be pumping for a while, but they may hold at some decent levels, right? Because you'd have money rotating from stocks into, let's say, BTC or something like that, or gold. And that'll also be showing the worth of BTC that it can hold up with, let's say, gold or something like that, right? So right now, you know, not much to say. We have pushed up. That's great. But we're hitting that resistance, so we're keeping our eye on that. Let's see. Let's go. Gold-silver ratio looks fine. What the heck? Gold's 33.18. What the hell is that? Gold looking
Gold
good.
is still pretty strong though, eh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, very strong. What were we looking at before too? I want to just see something like some tech stocks. All right, pups, what's going on? We got only 83 likes on the stream. Let's smash those likes. Let's get them up to 100. Just punish that like
Share
button.
it to Twitter too, guys. Press the share button. Press X. Press post. That's it. 3 clicks.
Let's come over here to link. See, there's this big scare over here on link, and then it picked back up, which is really nice. Link could be something big money is also interested in, so that can give us an indicator of what might actually be going on. Ink is looking good. Let me see something here. Let's go.
Did you say ink or link?
Oh, Link, sorry. Link.
I'm less interested, but I know it's important.
Yeah.
I've heard it's undervalued. What do you think?
I'd have to do a bit of a deeper dive on it, but it could be.
Somi used to shill that all day, eh? Like he really pushed Link. In his early PulseChain streaming days, he pushed that as the not PulseChain thing that he was into. He kind of stopped talking about it though.
Yeah, it's not necessarily. There is going to be a time when Link is going to shine, I think, but I don't follow it closely enough to.
They do have good tech as far as oracles go. Like they're fast, right?
Yeah.
So it's one of the missing pieces on PulseChain right now. If we have oracles, but they're not that, they don't have that kind of speed. So it's hard to run things that need an oracle. If you need like a quick price feed for like liquidations, that sort of thing, you have to have like a workaround. They're talking about all kinds of bridge things too, like multi-chain this and that, and like interoperability. So yeah, they seem like they have a good tech team, but we all know that the tech is not always what brings the people.
Yeah. It's kind of like here too. This is
could be what makes them stay, but it won't bring them.
This is velocity of money. Okay. This is a little different than money supply. This is how much of the capital gets into the market. And you can see big turnaround was in 2000, where liquidity was becoming less and less available. BTC,
so less money printing? Is that what that means?
No, it's how much is in circulation for pretty much for us. The velocity of money. How much of it? This is really of interest to us more than anything. Not just that they're printing, but there is some correlation with M2 as well, just the money supply, of course. But one of the reasons why, let's say, assets have been going up dramatically since, 2000, you can see the GFC is right here, is because of this, right?
Yep.
This is really why people feel like they're getting poorer. Not only is there more capital and it's being devalued, your currency, right, your fiat, but there's less of it available for you. So this was Zombie, and you see the rocket ship up. And it's curling over a little bit. It's interesting. I haven't looked at this in a second. Okay. Let's come over here to Pulse. Let's go with PulseChain. What's going on at Pulse? Pups, you guys can really help this
there's
channel.
always a bit of a delay on PulseChain between what's happening in the greater crypto markets. I don't look at the, all the stock markets and stuff like you do, but I've noticed that Bitcoin pumps, Bitcoin dumps, the same with Ethereum, and PulseChain will be a little behind.
Could be, yeah.
Could just be that bridging time.
And we're looking good. You are in a bit of a rising wedge here, okay, which could spill us to the downside for a little bit, but it's been a pretty big rally out of here, so a pullback could be in order, but doesn't have to do that. Like if ETH starts getting very bullish, I would say, this run probably happened mostly with Ethereum, right? A lot of it too, and that does matter. I mean, obviously, we saw earlier, Richard Hart is the second largest. Is he the second largest holder of Ethereum or third? Something like that, right?
He's listed as the second largest. There are other unknown, undoxed holders of Ethereum, but it goes for like doxed wallets. It goes like the Ethereum Foundation, followed by Richard Hart, the PulseChain SAC wallet in particular, followed by Coinbase. So he has more than Coinbase by a bunch, and not as far off the Ethereum Foundation as you would think. So it's a lot of it's a lot of ETH.
All right, so what I'm going to do is probably the next live stream, I'm going to do some targets for Ethereum, and this is a mess, Jesus. I'm going to do some targets for Ethereum and for PulseChain. Chad, you guys want to see price targets? We're looking good.
Yeah.
We're doing the work. We're moving up, right? This looks really good. I mean, I'd almost want to see another SmackDown just to test all these people. We got a lot of new people that just joined in before we get the big move up. But right now we're looking great. We've broken above this old area of resistance, which was, you see, we went up, we retested it, and we got right above it. Not a ton of volume yet, but we're doing the work, and that's good. So now this is going to be support for us. That's really good. That's great. We are looking good. Let me see where you guys at. Chat, what's going on? We chart right now. Surf.
PulseChain's for sure still being gate kept. So I think there's, the best is yet to come.
Oh.
I even had some gatekeeping experience today with, reaching out to other teams and other chains. And yeah, there was, you say PulseChain, you say Richard Hart. There's still a gasp from the audience.
Yeah, there really is. There really is. I think people are just warming up a little bit. You've definitely seen some influencers talk about it again. And mentioned Richard Hart and that he beat the SEC, but it's going to take a second to get people really confident again. I think Richard Hart streaming is going to help a lot, but he's probably also watching the macro and the Ethereum moves, what it's going to do. But I think we're okay. We're looking good.
Yep. I think when people get their mind around that second Ethereum wallet is controlled by Richard Hart, probably some doors will open, right? It's like, what's that, 166,000 ETH? Like it's a lot of Ethereum. If Ethereum goes to 4K, then I think the red carpet's going to roll out.
Yes, 100%, 100% correct. This is really nice. I mean, what I'm seeing here on the monthly is really good. When this volume, when this corrects, man, it's going to be crazy. When you're going to see a serious volume spike. I think we just need to get above 0.00005.
Okay. Half a sack.
Yeah, and that's going to be very, very telling, and we're going to know a lot about what's going on once we do that. I think that's a really important level. That would be this monthly candle that took us down really low. That's getting above that wick. So half a sack, we get right above there and close, even a daily. I think that would be a pretty big deal. Yeah, looking good. Let's come over here to PulseX. PulseX is a beast, man. Yeah, PulseX is looking really good. We're hanging out in this pennant. Still gonna take that.
A lot of diamond hands there, right? Those people have had lots of opportunities to sell.
Yeah.
They have chosen not to.
Yeah, and let's go look at this PulseX. Look, jeez.
What's the ratio today?
0.93, man.
Pretty close.
It's amazing. It's really amazing. I remember when the floodgates opened, 2023, everybody was dumping their PulseX for Pulse. And I remember a lot of people talking then like, hey, that might not play out well in the long run, right? And here we go. I see it. I do think when it's time to run, though, and I've said this before, this is going to have to come down. Maybe it'll come down somewhere to here. It'll fall out of there. That'll be interesting. That might be your time to like load back up on PulseX. But I mean, this is amazing. It's awesome chart. PulseX is going to be very strong. I think the tokenomics are really great, and as volume comes into the chain, it's going to really shine. Yeah, this is cool. Looking good. Will pHex hit 55 cents before eHex, or PulseX take the spotlight? I have a feeling that eHex and pHex, let's go look at those, they're going to perform possibly some of the best, but he may let PulseX, the new tokens, go first, I'm thinking.
50 cents is there's a big difference between 50 cents for pHex and 50 cents for eHex, and then PulseX is, again, a ways behind that. It's for just the tokenomics and the pricing structure. It would require many more X's, right?
Yeah. We're looking really good. We bounced off the bottom here. We're looking really good. Got some strength in this move. It's not a lot of volume, and we've come up to a ton of resistance right here. This box, so at about 0.001, 1/10 of a cent, you've got a good amount of resistance right there, and that's exactly what we slammed into just now. So we're going to need more volume to get over that, but I think this is going to follow everything else really for the most part, because most people they're excited right now about PulseX, and Inc, what have you. But this will come, and I have a feeling those will go first, the new core. That's probably where all the excitement will be at first, right? And then these will come out of nowhere. At some point, these will start running and catch everybody off guard. And then they could even outperform everything else, believe it or not, because nobody's paying attention to them. They're really the underdogs right now. We're looking good.
In terms of X's, they could certainly outperform, right? Like that's that's a different metric. In terms of price, probably the one that has the highest price right now will have the highest price, a year from now. Will be, I'm making some assumptions there, but math.
Oh, Vidian, that's an interesting point. I thought about that too. Like, what if the summer gets weak, but RH starts pumping the ecosystem through the summer? So when the fall does come, we're up. When everyone's like, okay, let's go start investing, we're already up, at least at SAC. By then, that would be really interesting.
The only green thing is PulseChain for 2 months. yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
They'll call
that was his thing. You like to do the floor is lava. Like you do that videos, right, where you'd show Hex and you'd show the entire of the market, and Hex would be green, everything else was red. Like he'd love to do that with like all core assets. Yeah,
man,
cool.
100%.
Especially if you start streaming again in June, like live streams, because that's when the SEC can no longer even appeal, right? Which I suspect his lawyers have tapped him on the shoulder and said like, pre-recorded, sure, but no live streams until that is done. So that would make a huge difference and be hilarious.
Yeah, it would. And you remember 2020 we had DeFi summer. We had like synthetics and Link and everything going. Well, what if we had another DeFi summer and it was PulseChain, right?
Why not?
Yeah, could be amazing.
I'm here for the tech.
DeFi summer 2, all PulseChain. That'd be amazing.
So do you think September's like go time though?
Looking at the way things are, yeah. But I'm ready for surprises. Trump is all about surprises, and who knows what wild card they might throw, right? Where sure, the stock market may take a chill pill come June or whatever it is going into the summer, but maybe alts and crypto stay really strong. It's very possible. If BTC stays up there, maybe ETH starts creeping up over the summer magically, right? And then, of course, that's probably like what we're suggesting. Pulse starts creeping up through that summer, right? Where we're the only thing green. And then come back in the fall. You start with a little pullback. BTC tops out, and then we rip. And I'd be happy with that. I don't necessarily want an extended cycle into 2026, 2027. I mean, even if it's going to be even bigger, I think I'd like to see.
It'd be stressful, yeah. It'd be nice to be like, oh, this one's done. I get 2 years off, right?
Something, yeah.
Not that I get 2 years off because I built things. I have to stay with those things, but
no, we know what you mean. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's been. I already took a little time off, just catching up on sleep and what have you. it's needed. People are worn for sure. Even in the stock market, people are worn out. Could
So
be
what do
no
you think
live
would be
streams
a good time to launch things?
to launch things?
Yeah, if a guy had some new tech to deploy, like what would be a good time market wise, like a good month to introduce a new product?
I would think that possibly going into the summer.
Think so, eh?
Yeah, if we so it could be a win-win. If obviously there's a lot of bullish sentiment around PulseChain into the summer,
Yep.
then it's a win for people that are already here and focused, and it'll get attention. If not, and everything weakens into the summer, then it also could be a win in the sense that you're not going to have a big pump and dump on it right out the get-go or anything like that, where people will slowly it'll creep up. I remember, was it Caspa? Caspa did that, launched in the bear market, and it just slowly creeping, slowly
Right.
creeping. I remember, and by the time we saw it, you missed, hundreds of, whatever it was, the big move. It was Caspa, right? And caught
Right.
everybody
Okay, but
off
you
guard.
didn't do a big green candle because it was, it was risk on, but like it just took that time.
Yeah,
Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, June, July could be good months.
yeah. It could be really good for any project. Once, and that's just, how the game mechanics of partly launching it. Yeah, like what you want to see. Sometimes it's good. Obviously, Pulse launched with a big green right out the get-go, and then it all came down. And we had a lot of different reasons for that. But yeah, maybe it's nice to start into the bull run where you're just creeping up. So maybe going into slow season could be the time to launch something. Big Poppy, why are you saying that? Why would you say that? You saw what he said?
Oh, okay.
Has there been rugs?
Right. Yeah, everything I launched is a rug. That stable coin, that's $1 right now. It's a rug.
Yeah, that's not fair, brother. I haven't seen any rugs since I've been here.
There's always some faceless guy who wants to call out to people who've been successful.
Could be. So Puffy says could be no live streams until Interpol gone. So what do you mean Interpol gone? Like they pulled the red notice? The red notice is still out for him?
It is still out.
Okay, so he owes, or Finland says he owes them something. Is that what it is?
Yeah, he owes tax to Finland, and then there's something about him roughing up a teenager. Those were the two. It doesn't indicate the details on that,
Yeah.
like whether it was a boy or a girl or what it meant, but just like, yeah, he roughed up a teenager and owes tax money in Finland. That's the nature of the red notice. But it's not nearly as scary as the SEC, in my opinion. The SEC is way more intense than Finland, by and large.
Well, guys, Inc. is looking very bullish. We're at $2 again. That's very good. This is a really nice bullish hammer right here. This looks really nice. I know we've pushed up quite a bit on the RSI. I'm on the daily. Let's go to the weekly really quick. But frankly, it just looks bullish to me, and it could just keep pushing up. All right. And I'm not just saying that because I'm an Inc. tard, which I am extraordinarily bullish on Inc. It's because the chart, it looks bullish. It looks very bullish, and it's holding up really good. We can get a little pullback here to retest where it broke out of all this muck, maybe around $1.50, $1.60, $1.70. But other than that, I mean, it just looks very bullish, and it wants to go. Now, we don't have a lot of volume yet, but that could come at any time. Maybe it pulls back, and then that's when the volume surge happens, right? That would give people the indication that, okay, that was the bottom. We got this juicy pullback, probably come right back into this purple box range, or kind of dance above it. Maybe it comes in here a little bit. Like I said, what did I say? 150, 160, 170. And you might see a lot of people jump in, and you get a nice big juicy volume surge there.
Give me an exact date for that 150 number and time.
Yeah, if it does, it doesn't have to. Like maybe 170.
I'd be backing up the truck at 150.
There's wicks over here. Maybe it just goes to the top. Maybe 170. It just has a little pullback to 170 or something, and we go.
I think it pulled back to like
great.
180 today for just like a couple minutes, right?
Okay.
Like there's like it has less liquidity than the other RH tokens mostly, and And so sometimes you'll get a dip. Where do we go? No, sorry, no, 188.
188. Now look.
Yeah, now it's at $2.01. So that is it's notable. Like if you bought that dip, you'd be golden at the moment.
The lowest I could see this dropping down, unless there's a big event causing everything to slide, would be $1.30-ish, $1.20, $1.30, which is just a trend line I'm pulling back from these lows down here. Nothing special here at all. That's it. I'm just doing that, and then I've got a lot of confluence with these support lines from back here, which were resistance, which were at $1.34, $1.35-ish. So $1.20 to $1.35. That could be like your lowest, where we get a pull down and it hits that thing. But that would be your signal if this holds that. Like now, it's probably going to be launch time, right? But 170 to 120, yeah, you could have it pull back. But we're looking really good here on Inc. And once again, I'll do some targets for Inc. You can see some already. You got $10, $20. Once we get above $10, it's going to really start to fly. Okay. Yeah, you got a bit. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, $2 is a lot.
Bullish on Inc.
Resistance. Okay. Pull down. This never cleared down here, did it? Which was between 85 cents and 62. Well, right now we're looking bullish. We're looking good. So we'll just go with that. Let's see. Look at purple Bitcoin, $400. Looking really nice. Really nice. This is beautiful.
Oh, that's a big change, eh?
A lot of these look like they can double in price pretty easily, including Inc. Okay. They could go to $4. This could go to 800 pretty quickly. It'll, you'd probably get a big move where it would just, a little volume came in and it would just clear that range pretty quick. Like something like that.
Great marketing for the PulseChain if we start to hit like 3 digits on that again.
I could see something like this happening when we turn bullish. So just a heads up, this could double pretty quick. Okay. Yeah, that could double very quick. So that's looking good. pDAI's got some energy in it. We got to look at pDAI. Got green candles, broken above resistance. Got a lot of buys coming in here, but you have 86K liquidity, so it can move very easily, very quickly, very easily. Probably get a retest here, whatever it is, 0.003 cents, 0.0028, something-ish. But
there's no exploit on pDAI anymore, so it's lost that sell pressure, but it has new sell pressure of all the guys who bought at the bottom, some of which knew the bottom was coming. Right?
Yes.
So that makes little nervous. But happy to report it exploit free anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So Ink Maxi is asking a question there that's interesting.
Yeah, that is an interesting question. You want to take that?
Yeah.
He's asking,
so
do you think ink inflation could get toggled up? Because you guys know RH toggled it down, right?
Yeah.
What did he bring it down to?
He brought it down from 1 per second, I want to say, to 0.03 per second. So it was like 97% decrease in ink inflation. Technically, he could toggle it back up to, I think, the maximum of 1 per second. If he wanted to. Okay. Like his dashboard will have that option. It's not like immutable. Once it goes down, it can never go back up. I feel like the scenario that makes the most sense is he wouldn't do that until he perceived we were getting either towards the top of the bull market or into the next bear market would be the time where he would want to make that change. Because the moment he starts to toggle that back up, people will flow into those farms and increase the liquidity, right? Which will make it harder to pump. So until you see that 166,000 ETH deployed, it doesn't make sense to toggle up the inflation and incentivize people to provide more liquidity if his intent is to use some of that ETH to pump the price of core PulseChain assets, because that would make it twice as hard, twice as much liquidity, twice as much required to pump the price by 10,000x. That's my take.
Did you guys follow that? So he would possibly do that when it's up near the top of its range at the euphoric time of the market. Is that what you're saying?
After, like, if he was going to use a large portion of that ETH to pump the price, first he'd pump the price as high as it could go, and then he would, let the market, and he'd do it in a smart way because he's smart. So he'd let the market come in and pump it with him, right? Like, so he deploys some, the market deploys some. He gets to what he perceives to be the top, and that would be the time to start turning the inflation up. I doubt he would crank it all the way. It'd be just a little tick here, a little tick there, to incentivize people to provide more liquidity, so that the price could hold at that level longer, right? Because low liquidity means pump easy, also means dump easy. If he knows a pump is coming, maybe because he has 166,000 ETH, then that would be the reason that he would have lowered the liquidity with this lever that he controls. But when he knows that, like, okay, this is the top or close to, he can add that liquidity back in by pulling that lever and have people, give it a more stable base so it won't dump as easily. But the other way you can do that, of course, is by just increasing the price of ink. So if he makes the price of ink be $2,000, then those farms are going to pay fairly well, and people are going to flood back in as well. So, and that'll be a more gradual process. Like, ink goes from $2 to $4, $4 to $8, $8 to $16, $16 to $32, $32 to $64, and every step along the way, there'll be an increase in liquidity that goes into those PulseX farms, right? So that'll be a much more natural way than if he just cranks the dial and doubles the ink inflation. It wouldn't be as good at this time. I think probably, like, if we're right about the top for Bitcoin being November, December, and then alt season is January, February, March, then it would be like April would be the time where he would pull that lever, like April 2026.
Gotcha. What's up, Crypto Stylist?
Hey, Crypto Stylist. I met her in Vegas.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's everything she's cracked up to be.
There is a link in the Telegram at St. Wolf Vision if you'd like to join the stream, Crypto, or anybody else out there. We're streaming tonight to X, YouTube, and Twitch. So if you guys have a Twitch account, you guys go over there and like the video.
Ooh, Twitch.
Subscribe.
I'm too old for Twitch.
Subscribe here at YouTube. It's easy. Everybody smash that like button. Let's go look at Tropa. What's going on?
I need a bit of pump.
Oh, damn. Look at that. Track. Oh, wow. Look at that. Tracked what I drew. Look how fucking crazy. Look at that. That was crazy.
Almost exactly. They must watch your show.
That's awesome.
Where did Wolf say we have to go up to? Okay. Pump it by this much exactly.
It went right to the top of my arrow, too. That's amazing.
You should draw more aggressive arrows.
As we're turning bullish, I am. I just showed you on... I showed you guys this one, right? Just a minute ago. Oh, did I delete it? Where'd it go? Oh, I already deleted it. Oh, I should have left it. Damn it. What did I draw here? I drew this one, didn't I? Just a minute ago? Damn, I don't remember what I drew. I said it's going to cross this to 800. Okay, I don't remember what I did. We'll come back. But yeah, this is beautiful. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Exactly as predicted. So this is your lockout move. I mean, that's it. Well, this was part of it right here. It completely left everybody behind. We came back, inverse head and shoulders. Okay, right there, and bam, see you later. And this is what I'm saying with WBTC as well, going to 800 faster than you realize. It could also do one of these as well. And this is something I was predicting a while back, just looking at the way this was building energy. And what I'm saying is the same thing could happen with purple Bitcoin as well. So this is beautiful. This is up at 10 cents. It was all the way down to under a penny. Damn. Wow. That is amazing. That is phenomenal. Look at this, $55 million market cap. Liquidity is $44 million. It's still pumping. What's going on? What's the word here? What did I miss? Was there an announcement for a Tropa?
I have not been following closely.
Yeah.
I noticed the Tropa dev has been streaming on occasion lately, if you want to call that streaming. He's been showing weird, clips from religious textbooks and stuff.
Oh, yeah? This is beautiful. I mean, this is gorgeous. Look at that. Tropa. Beautiful. So let's see where we're at. So we're at 10 cents. We've got, I think you probably get up to 11 cents before we turn around. I think you got a little bit of resistance right about there. Probably right about here-ish. Like maybe there. So maybe we pump up to that line. Let me see here. Let's make that dark. Let's go. Is that all I got for volume here? Yeah, I'd say we'd probably get up to 11 cents, 11-ish cents before we get a pullback. And you can see the pullbacks haven't been that dramatic on this move up. So this has been really beautiful. And it still looks very bullish. A Tropa, baby. We've been burning a Tropa? Yeah, what's up, man? This is awesome. I just hold my bags, man. Just holding them. Maria putting funds back in. Really? Okay, because see, Maria was just in defensive mode. They thought the bull run might be over or over-ish for a time, but now that things are looking bullish, you can see these people start coming back.
Yeah, which
what do you
doesn't
think?
really leave a good taste in my mouth because he's sort of proven the moment he thinks the bull run is over, what's he going to do?
But haven't a lot of people on PulseChain yanked liquidity randomly on people?
Yeah. It's happened before.
I mean, some well-known people have done that, But there's a lot of drama around the Tropa thing still, so I understand.
There is an argument for low liquidity, right? So
Yeah.
we can see that with the ink farms, you make the liquidity low.
Yeah.
But it's low liquidity versus dumping your own token. Those are, there's a distinct difference there.
Yeah. G-Baby looking good, making its way back up to $7. Let's see what it does. All the conditions are met for a lot of these to just continue moving up. There's no doubt about it. Okay. Things are getting a little bit overheated. Maybe the Bitcoin conference will signal a bit of a reversal and a pullback on everything. When is that conference exactly?
I think it's this weekend in Las Vegas.
This weekend? Okay, so...
Yeah. And is that typically...
It does,
is there usually a pump and then a dump with those conferences?
Doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. Market makers could really pump it up into this weekend to create more euphoria around Bitcoin, without a doubt. Without a doubt. So I'm not making any assumptions about anything, right? With these kind of things right now.
Probably wise.
Yeah. It's you can trade some of these if you want. I think that it's more expert mode than we realize. Sometimes when I haven't been trading that heavily because I know, I can tell it's not easy and there's a lot of whipsaw and it's yeah. But we're looking good. Let's see. This one was Treasury. This was one of the ones that. Okay.
Treasury was the one that had the built-in inflation button that supposedly was turned off.
Okay, so it's down here. Not doing a lot right now. I know some people are still big fans of that. Let's go look at Teddy Bear. Teddy Bear. Nice. Okay. So what I was saying with Teddy Bear was that a lockout move very similar to a Tropa could happen. Okay, and I was already planning this inverse head and shoulders up here. So that would look like this. Okay, and then it would pop to the next level. Very similar to what a Tropa did, okay? And I drew this quite a while back, so you can see where I ended the drawing. So this must have been from over a month ago. So I think something like that could happen. It's very similar to purple Bitcoin. A lot of these are just patterns that I recognize, so this could also catch people off guard as well. Looking good. It's at $10 million market cap already, all right? It got all the way down to, geez, I mean, yeah, it's awesome. Let's see if it does something like this. I'll just leave this for a second. Okay. I won't, yeah. I'm going to draw more of these bullish things for you guys.
Good. Yeah. People are watching. Obviously, they see your bullish lines and they strive to reach them.
So this is the same thing I drew here, which is exactly what happened on our Tropa. I drew this the same time I drew the teddy bear, which was back in April, end of April. So this is all, I'm leaving it for, this is also how I learn, pups. This is how I talk. Let's see here. So yeah, you're holding up, got a nice juicy uptrend. It's picking up. This could also do a nice juicy breakout as well. Now, if the Tropa dev's coming back, this is the Tropa's meme coin. That's why I like this one. It's also a little bear. So there's no doubt if the 414 is making a comeback here and putting in liquidity, they're going to pump up BFF as well and probably teddy bear soon. So just because you missed a big Tropa pump doesn't mean there's nothing else, because you can see teddy bear and BFF are still hanging out down low. This is only a $1.4 million market cap. This has got a lot of legs to run and probably 60K liquidity. Well, yeah. So the second 414 decides it's time for this one, this is going to fly. All right. And it's down low right now. So it could be a good opportunity. I think it'll also do a similar move like this that I drew for a Tropa. Let me go back to a Tropa. You guys can see. So yeah, it's these big, it's the same pattern. Okay. It's just holding this. It's exact same as teddy bear. Teddy bear and BFF are right here where a Tropa was. Okay. Let me go back to it and you guys can see. Once again, it's just charts and just they look the same. So it's just smaller scale here. See, it's just creeping up here at the bottom. And I think it's going to do that breakup move just like a Tropa did. Come back here. What's it doing? It was creeping here at the bottom, creeping here, uptrend, higher lows, then pop. You got one of those. And that's why I put these little lines to show you guys the inverse head and shoulders. And then once it consolidated from there, it was just, that's why I drew this arrow going there. Because I'm like, once you get here, that's it. It's see you later, bye-bye. And same thing will happen with teddy bear. It's creeping. It's going to pop. It'll go sideways for a sec. And then it'll see you later, bye-bye. Same with BFF. Looks exactly the same. There you go. Just like a Tropa. I'm hoping it does something like that. So there you are. Got the bears. Looks like 414 dev is back. Let's look at what else are we looking at? Just looking at some random memes I've been following since PulseChain was launched. This one's been out for a long time. You can see it came out September 2023. It's coming up. It needs to retest and get above here, but
how much liquidity is there?
6K out of 35K market.
Okay. You never know. Wouldn't take much.
Wouldn't take much. Let's see, where else we at? Inc R. Is this Inc R? Is that Sunny's Pub? It is. It's part of the rewarder ecosystem by Sunny. So Inc is doing good. So this is pumping up a little bit here. Turned over, looking good. You earn Inc. I'm an Inc fan, so of course I like these. That was looking good. What else we want to look at here? Solid X is $14.
Yeah, he's doing some moving and shaking, that guy.
Okay, this is bullish. Looking good. Breaking out of this falling wedge. I don't see any reason for this to come down. I mean, this looks bullish. This could continue upward. Okay.
Once the game comes out and some other upgrades that I don't think I'm free to speak about, I think this is going to be hot. If the game's going to be like multi-chain and its prime focus is buying and burning Solid X, right?
Okay.
So people will be playing on different chains, but all the buying and burning is going to happen on PulseChain with just this token. So it's a cool concept.
Okay. Right on. Right on.
It'll be a real licensed game. It'll be like the second ever, like fully licensed worldwide crypto casino, basically.
I like that. I like that. Does he come on streams often?
Not very often.
Okay.
Like literally, like as far as public streams, only a handful of times. Like I've seen him more in like private meetings, right? And that sort of thing than I've ever seen him on live streams. But like he's done like Matty Allen's Hex Conference. He's done a couple other appearances. He's gone on with Randy a couple times, but it's like really like, yeah, not terribly often. But when he comes on, he drops the alpha. Like he's not, he's gonna tell you some secrets if he shows up. So,
Okay.
yeah, if we get him on here, it'll be bullish.
Okay, let's do that. Let's chat with him. I want to hear.
I
what
know
he's
he
up to.
watches your show. He's talked about it before.
Nice. In a good light, or?
Oh yeah.
Is he upset that I?
He likes
pull up the
a
charts?
manly man. That's his style, right? Like he's he likes he likes the cool guys. He likes to talk about bro stuff, right? Like he's like, and clearly he's very intelligent, but and financially he's done well, but like he's not like a geeky guy. Like he wants to bro out a bit, So I think he would like hanging out with you.
Yeah, I think he lives in my neck of the woods a little bit, right?
Yeah, thereabouts.
Probably somewhere in Europe, eh? So look, Pump is looking great. Remember, I told you guys Pump is going to be a solid winner because it's just something that can be marketed endlessly into this bull run, and all of them, even in the bear market, you would want people to notice pump tires. So you want to keep this one pumping. It's looking really good. $18 million market cap.
And how could they market that? What would the technique be?
Keep this thing pumping.
There we go. That's a great marketing.
Every time people notice, what is this thing pumping? It takes you right to pump tires, which is just phenomenal. Just win-win all across the board.
Burning pulse every day. It's great.
Yeah. Now most is fine too. It's just hanging out a little bit, consolidating in this range. No big deal.
It's a lot bigger, right? Like as far as market cap.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger. And yeah, it's interesting. I mean, this could also do really well too, no doubt about it. Yeah, they're both really good. They are RH memes, so that's good. Yeah, I mean this could pop out anytime. This could pop out of here anytime. Let's go.
I think most is the one that has like the most market fit, right? Like it's cool, it's hilarious. The logo is right on point.
Mm-hmm.
It could go multi-chain,
Yeah, 100%.
And I bet you Richard likes it, which is, probably not a bad thing if he's deciding what he wants to buy. He may buy the things he likes.
Oh, he's gonna pump those for sure. Core's holding up good. This team's been working nonstop with giveaways and contests and what have you. So that's good. It's a good team. Good people behind it. And speaking of giveaways, we did a huge contest, an ink stream we did a week ago. Fast Abdul for printer.
Yeah.
Did everybody claim their prizes? We had 3 winners, by the way. And the first person won an NFT. The second person won $500, I believe. And then the grand prize was $1,000 in ink. Okay. It was a huge giveaway. But nobody was there at the time to claim them. So
yeah, they weren't watching the stream. Unfortunately, the first prize has been claimed, the $1,000 in ink. That person has received their ink. But the second and third prize have not been claimed.
Really?
They have 30 days to claim. I'm not going to send anybody private messages because there's too many scammers. So they have to hit me up. I will be posting multiple times to try to get a hold of those people though. So, but yeah, 30 days. If those guys are on vacation and they do not respond, then perhaps we'll have new drawings.
And speaking of print,
Yeah, look at that green candle.
inverse head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. We had a beautiful target up here of almost 2 cents. We hit it right on the nose. Look at that. Just bam, just slammed right into it. I mean, beautiful. So looking good. Congratulations. Looks like you're moving up.
Thanks.
Yeah. Faster moving up in the world, man. It's good to see you, man.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with that. I looked just one day, opened my computer, and it was like 80% pump on print. And then it wasn't just a green candle that, like sometimes you'll see those because somebody fat fingered something and then it's a red candle 10 seconds after.
Yeah.
It was not that. Like it's fighting to stay there.
Oh, it's great, man. It's great.
Yeah.
And if
It really helps the APRs, right? Because print is the APR token. So now people are getting to single side stake stable coins. They're getting almost 53% APR.
So how much APR?
Like 53% for single-sided stablecoin staking.
Wow, man, that's
awesome. Which incentivizes people to mint that stablecoin because that's one of the options to get it, which pays all the people in the system, right? The print token, etc. So it's great to see people responding to our upgrade plans. Probably it's directly because of the giveaway live stream that you and I did. Probably led to that price point.
Nice. Good work, man. That was a fun stream.
Thank you. Yeah, it was.
So this is USDT, $73 million market cap. Are you betting on any of these stables? Or you have some of these P stable copies?
Not at the moment. Yeah, no, I don't have a lot of P anythings right now, except for Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs and PHEX. I have some PHEX. That's a copy, but not much else.
So we can get you guys more chart.
There is I know where all the liquidity is for these, and they are going to get pulled up together, right? Like there's a fork of Curve on PulseChain, which may be dangerous to interact with because Curve on Ethereum had a weird hack thing, so don't touch it. But there's a ton of liquidity there.
This is Bear. Is this Teddy Bear? Is this the one that was launched recently? No. What is this?
Bear. No, is that the original? Because the
is this the one that was
the new one's called Teddy. The new one, its ticker is Teddy.
So this is something else. Okay, we don't know what this is. Where's Teddy? There was a Teddy, right? That was a new one launched. Okay, let's look.
Teddy is the B Roots one. Yeah.
Okay, see what that one's up to. Okay, I was charting this for a second. So you've got a breakdown, retest. I mean, that's fine right now. It's not a big deal. It's a tiny little baby market cap right now. So we'll see what happens. We got a lot of bears. I think there could be a little bear season where a lot of bears run. So that could be really nice. Heading out. Yo, Grandpa. Good to see you, man. You have a good one. Ciao.
Take care, Grandpa.
Let's see here. This was Fed. There was a lot of drama around this one too, right? This was one that the 414 had the ability to print it or something, mint it. Yeesh.
Well, I thought that was treasury bill you could mint, but maybe the guy's got 45 coins. Like I don't know what the code is for all of them.
Yeah.
And they're connected, so if you can mint one, it almost doesn't matter if you can mint the other if they have shared liquidity, right?
Yeah. All right. Let's see what happens. PTGC, what's going on over here?
It's fighting.
What is going on? What are you up to, man? Got the dragon, the serpent formation there.
How do we feel about that?
Why is this so loud? So it just came in that purple box there. I mean, it looks good. I think it wants to come down and do a little bit of a retest, probably down here to 0.003, you know, tops of these wicks over here. Clear some of this range, you know, could be just setting up to do a bit of a, you know, come back, inverse head and shoulders. Could do something like that. Let's see. Why is this weird? What am I on? I'm on pTGC Pulse. There's nothing under FDV. Market cap's 127.
Nothing?
Not showing up right now.
It's very much liquidity there.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good. Looks good, you know, pushing up. If the macro is going to turn bullish, everything's going to get bullish. So it looks good.
They have a lot of paired liquidity, so they could they could get pulled up by any number of assets, including burnt liquidity they had with pDAI. So if pDAI is having a good day, it'll have some effect on PTGC.
Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, I think you'll probably get it maybe wants to do a little pullback and retest where it broke out. It's a pretty serious candle right there. So we get a little pullback here. Retest of 0.0003-ish area. That would totally be fine, right? So you get a little bit of pullback right here to here. You know, once again, very similar to Inc., where it could come down and retest this, but it would still remain in the uptrend, which would be really nice, right? So see what happens. Looking good. Looking good. I'm excited. I mean, there's so much green on chain. Guys, this is amazing, right? I mean, we're all feeling good right now. There's just green all over the place. Let's look at PulsePub. PulsePub got to $200. It's just climbing. This is another index, very similar to PTGC. I mean, at some point, yeah, like, you know. You know, at some point, is this going to happen? That looks right, like correct to me. Like if I saw something like that, right? Price action like that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave that up there for a second. That's what I'm kind of vibing right now. Let's go back here.
What does PulsePub have most of its liquidity with?
Let's go look. One second. The music goes in and out. I mean,
quite a bit of liquidity. It's like 200K with Pulse, 163K with Finvesta, and then it's other tokens in that ecosystem. Beast, 147K. Pulse X, 100K. It's pretty well distributed. Inc, 83K. Well done, Steady Pup.
yeah, he's smart.
Yep.
Very
and that'll, like, all those different pools will give arbitrage options that bots are going to like, so they're going to interact and create fees and move around.
UFO to go. He's right. He's right. Right now, everybody stop what you're doing and just tap the like button.
Or else.
Yeah. Let's get those likes up, pups. And then, yeah, liquidity looks really good. Let's see. Titan X. What's going on over here? Oh. Shit. Titan X broke out. Maybe.
Yeah.
Nice we're at it.
It's inflationary by nature. I don't know a lot about it. I never did do a deep dive.
Okay.
I know there's a lot of community around it, but like there is inflation, and there is like people who are locked for certain time periods. So you're gonna have your days where people unlock. So bullish and bad things about that, just like Hex.
Okay. I just started watching this out of curiosity. I don't hold this, but I know a lot of people from the community left to go into this. So I was curious what they're seeing in this and what was the what was the appeal. So I'll watch this chart a little bit, see what I can learn.
It came out at a time when Richard was being really quiet, right? And then Jake Sharp, who was like a well-known enough influencer, like people followed him in, right? If Richard was talking at that moment, like he is now, it may have not had the run it did. It did have a run, like you can see that. But it was a straight up vampire attack of the PulseChain community. Probably 90% of the participants were from the PulseChain. And it was it was kind of like a Hex clone in its way, right? Like it did some of the same things that Hex does, which has been tried before, typically not successfully.
Jedi, you earn die. Looking at this to gauge interest. Are people starting to pick up all the die? What's the word? Reflection tokens, right? Are people also picking those up? There's a little bit of green coming into this. This is very similar to a lot of the other things. We turn bullish, they're going to pop up very fast. You're just going to see big moves up. You'll see green candles pretty quick. And I'm guessing that would be ETH breaking above 28, 27, 28, what I was saying, and holding above there. That'll give people a lot of confidence. And, of course, Richard Hart, too. That might be a signal for him to start doing some moves as well. We had...
What do you think of this statement? Richard Hart is not going to buy any tokens that are not his.
Why would he buy something that's not his?
That fits in with my hypothesis.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I've talked about that before. I've said this before, too. I said... you guys have to be ready, because if he steps up or you see ETH break some of those thresholds, that might be a signal for him to go to work. And a lot of things are going to be left in the dust. And a lot of...
It'll be all about liquidity, right?
Yeah,
if you have a token that's paired against Richard Hart assets, well, it's going to move up very nicely, right? It may even be leveraged in some way, depending on what it does or, who the community is. But, I don't think he's going to rush out and buy anybody else's tokens except for his own.
Yeah, 100%.
So watch those liquidity pools. You want things paired with RH token. In my opinion, not financial advice.
Okay, interesting. That makes sense. Paul Sack says, friends protect friends from Titan X.
Thanks, Paul. There was a big push, like pressure from reasonably well-known individuals, like influencers, but not just influencers, right? Like, people like your PulseChain buddies. Like a guy would DM you and be like, "Hey, you should get into this. I'm into this." Like, there was a lot of pressure to get into Titan X at one time. Not so much lately. Maybe it's a good buy now. Who could say?
the general mood of marketing for crypto, and I'm going to do a deep dive into marketing. I did do a video recently about what you should look for if you want a 10,000x. That was one of my recent videos. I'm going to do another one about marketing. There's a lot of tokens. There's a lot of projects, guys. And you better believe AI is going to be able to kick out white papers if they're not already doing that. All right. There's nothing that special about that, about a project particularly. A lot of what it's going to come down to is who's made it. Okay. Who's creating it? Who's behind it? That's going to be a lot of it. Okay. Because we're still going to have meme coin era for sure. And memes are going to go and what have you. But going forward, you need to be aware that personal brands matter a lot now going forward because people don't have a way to suss it out, right? So when people are doxxed, they're out there, they're active people in a community or on a chain or whatever that is, that might matter more even if the tech isn't the best tech. You know, PulseChain's not the fastest, it may not even be the cheapest, but it could be, it's absolutely an amazing chain. And also it's Richard Hart, and that's really what you're here for. You're here for Richard Hart. In the early days when we didn't have, you know, pump tires and every kid wasn't able to just crank out a token and make a website and a white paper in a weekend, it was a different story. It was very different field. And people are doing a lot of great work. I talk to a lot of people and people send me stuff all the time to look at, but they're missing that the whole market, not just crypto, the whole market has moved. Even brands are realizing it. That's why they're going to TikTokers and YouTubers and whatever, you know, whatever, Mr. Beast being the biggest. But it doesn't matter. There's just so many people, even people with 50,000, 100,000, or even smaller. Niche communities where people know the people behind it who are making it. They're selling supplements like that. They're selling, you know, everything. Everything is moving that way. Because it's getting easier and easier to make things, especially with AI and what have you. Even papers and things written, you know, AI can do it. So what's going to be special? What's going to be special is people who are known now, you know, people that are active, that are creating things. It not only does it build trust, but it's a solid way to cut through the noise and market. Trump understood that with Trump.
I think there's a danger with the AI too, in that, like, you know, if we're just talking meme coins and somebody's writing up a white paper for a meme coin, then sure. But like, if people are actually using AI to deploy code and not employing actual devs to check over that work, right? Like, you know, ChatGPT does pretty good, and like, you know, like my devs use ChatGPT to, you know, do some simple work, but the professionals will comb through it and they find mistakes.
Yeah,
it's not perfect.
Right.
And if you're talking like a DeFi protocol that's holding millions of dollars, like, yeah, you don't want to trust AI with that just yet. It's coming, but I don't feel like it's here. But it is good enough that you could get something off the ground. You might not catch, you know, that fatal flaw.
Yeah.
I'm with you on the, you know, the founders though are a very important part of crypto right now.
Yeah.
If like the general populace is going to come into crypto, they're not gonna FOMO into, you know, DeFi things with nameless founders. You know, that's not the experience they've had in the past, right? Like you have like, you know, when you have Elon Musk, you have who's the Amazon guy, Bezos there, you know, like you have these people, you know, who are running big things, and it's what people are used to, right? So they want to see representation. They're not gonna FOMO in millions of dollars into something with, you know, nobody attached to it.
Yeah, 100%. The tech isn't enough anymore. That's pretty much what we're saying. And that's why I do believe in PulseChain, because of Richard Hart. You know, he's a chain. It matters a lot, you know.
Yeah, and he has a huge presence. Like when he starts streaming again and starts debating people like big influencers, like people are going to wake up and notice. Like partly it's because the bar is pretty low, like in crypto, for like who are your chadliest founders in crypto, like, you know, Charles Hodgkinson, like, you know, Vitalik, like the bar is low, right? But like for the time being, like, yeah, Richard Hart shows up in the room, like he not only may he be the smartest, he may be the manliest man in that room if we're talking crypto today, right?
Yeah. And Ovidian, that's a good point too. He says that's why Kanye's looking for a digital city. Yeah, absolutely right. Wherever he goes is going to moon. Now, if he comes to PulseChain, instantly, or if somebody gives him tech and he just puts his name on it, that's a big deal. Digital Money says, what do you think about RH holding the 170K ETH for another 5 years and adding liquidity when SAC funds is over $2 billion? He can do whatever he wants, I guess.
Yeah. Well, we should have no expectations. I think that's something. But we've seen that money move before.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'm going to tell you why he can't do that. I'm going to tell you why he can't. Number one reason why he can't do that is crypto is still an enormously competitive field. And what I just mentioned, you don't know who launches a chain a year from now. Okay? And he needs to establish PulseChain pretty quickly. It needs to be done. Okay? Maybe Kanye, maybe they copy PulseChain. Maybe they copy ETH themselves, and it's Kanye chain or whatever it is, right? Like, you don't know, you can't underestimate your competitors in a field like crypto. This is not, sure, there's older guys because we got experience and stuff, but it is moving super fast, extraordinarily fast. The evolutions are insane, and we don't know what security levels are going to need to be dialed in another couple of years with AI, right? So you can't wait 5 years to get your chain going. Who knows what's going to be launched just in the fall? What's coming for next cycle? What's coming, right? We don't know. We really have no idea who does it, right? I heard some rumors that Trump is going to start his own chain, or maybe Kanye starts a DeFi chain of his own. Like, we don't know. So he has to cement PulseChain at a certain position, and he needs to do it soon, just out of sheer competition and time. And
agreed.
And I'm sure he realizes that. So he may want to wait. He may even want to wait for ETH to get higher. But there's a point where he has to just go, no, I got to move. Yep. He has to cement.
And that ETH to pulse ratio is still in his favor, right? Like, he gets more pulse per ETH now than he did when he bought that ETH, right? Even though pulse was that, pulse was higher at that time, and ETH was higher at that time, but the ratio still gets more pulse now.
Yeah, yeah.
By a lot.
Just to put it in a very simple terms, imagine you're an Olympic athlete and you've been training. But you really can't delay for 4 years. Why? Because your competition is younger and stronger than you are, and faster. So, and in 4 years, what'll you be? You'll be older. Okay.
Yep.
that's and they know this. I mean, in athleticism, and you better believe it's happening right now. It's moving extraordinarily fast, and he has to take position and cement himself. Wherever ETH may be, there's a clock ticking, and he's got to weigh that, that thing. Whether ETH moves or not, he's going to have to make moves. Just time will kill you in this field now. This is not 2011 where you have years to dick around because no one understands what's going on. No, everybody's racing, and you better believe all these names. Mr. Beast could start a DeFi chain, and it would be the #1 in the world. Okay, you can't wait for your competition, man, because you don't know what they're gonna do. So as long as he gets a position and he cements himself, even if I'm just picking random names of celebrities like Mr. Beast or Kanye launches a DeFi chain, or Barron Trump, right? He'll still be in a position where now that chain has to compete with him. But if any of those people launch and he hasn't moved, dude, I don't
playing catch up with a big name would be terrible.
Dude,
and it's not like,
I don't even know if it's possible. Like, that's how serious I am about this. Like, he has to move. He cannot wait or delay. Like, if you're wondering if it's going to be next cycle, no way it'll happen. It has to go. It has to happen, and soon. Because your competition is gaining on you, and they're faster, stronger, younger, more. There's more liquidity too. Look, if someone wants to launch chain, Mr. Beast is like, look, let's copy ETH. I want to make my own chain. People will line up to give him billions of dollars, more than the second biggest bag of ETH. You better believe it. Do you understand how big these brands are? Kanye, whatever, Mr. Beast, pick somebody. They're huge. They will have the equivalent of 1 million ETH behind them. because of how many people will want to invest in it, right? So he doesn't have a choice. He has to move because you don't know what you don't know, and you don't know what the competition has planned or what they could release any second, man. He could be drowned out at any time because everyone knows about crypto now, and everybody wants to get on this train. Everybody knows there's epic bull runs coming. They've launched meme coins, you know, whether it's Kanye, Trump, whatever. You don't think, what's next? A chain. All these people, the next race might be who can pump out the next fucking layer, whatever, right? Like, we don't know. And so he's got to move for sure. You guys smash the like button if you guys like this alpha. So yeah, I think he's aware of this too. I don't think he's pondering if he should wait 4 years or whatever. I really doubt it. He's a smart guy. He knows this stuff. He knows it. We all know it. We're all getting older. He's got to move it. Once again, it doesn't have to be the best. He just has to get it to a place where it's positioned in crypto and it's cemented its place. So anyone else coming now also has to compete with him because TVL, all these reasons, connections are made, whatever. But right now, it's kind of like easy pickings if a few other chains released that had big names, because those big names attract huge amounts of backers. We're talking banks will back these chains. Like Mr. Beast could have fucking BlackRock behind him. Who knows? Like, you know.
He could be a bank himself, you know, like some of these guys are moving mega millions, right? So if, like, you know, the founder of Amazon decides
Billions.
to launch his own crypto chain, right? Like, he doesn't need a bank,
No.
right? Like,
No,
and
no.
if, like, we know that Trump's involved. Like, you know, it's the new cool thing to do.
Yeah.
The president's doing it. Why would you know, Jeff Bezos or somebody else do it as well?
Pups, we're in a tech race right now. We are in a tech race. This is not an unknown field anymore. You can get backing if you're a known person for any of this stuff. It's not like banks will lay off you. They're probably racing to find people to back right now. So, yeah, no, it's a race. It's a race. He's got to move.
There's no senior citizens category in crypto, right?
No.
Like, you don't get to... It's not like you get a discount because you're a senior, and there's no... It's not like... you know, Christian music where you get to be on a different chart than everybody else because you're in a category. Like, no, we all fight together, right?
Yeah. It's like that Olympic thing. No matter how great your game theory is and everything, you are racing time, and you've got to get in for this Olympics. That's it. The next one, it's going to be exponentially harder on you because you're older.
There's no special Olympics in crypto.
Yeah, there's no Special Olympics here. He's got to move. And he's going to. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. He has to. The Trump card in the game, Britney Spears chain. Yeah, I mean, who knows, right?
I totally want to make crypto now that has something to do with the Special Olympics. Is that bad?
No, I don't think that's bad at all, man.
You could tokenize the Special Olympics. Maybe pick some heroes and have them represented by tokens. Is it? No.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna stop talking.
Well, let's put it on the back burner for a second. We'll bring it up. Think about it. We look right here. See what ETH's doing really quick. Wobbed in. Yeah, ETH's just tracking sideways here. Yeah, it could track sideways for a while. It doesn't have to break out anytime soon. It could do this over the summer. I think that's what I was drawing this for here. Yeah, it could, you know, going into June, July, or whatever, and then come into the fall, right? Rage up into August, September, and pow. We don't know. You're capping fast. Britney Spears chain. Have you seen her videos lately? Like, I saw some, like, I don't know, on TikTok. I don't remember what it was, but man, poor girl. Just
I don't keep up with Britney.
She's in another dimension, man. Poor girl. They've really done a number on her. Yeah.
She's had a weird life, I suspect. Not like Michael Jackson weird, but not normal.
Not normal, yeah. Let's come over here while we're looking at it. Where are we at here? So he's down 200 million. Pulse is low enough where he's sacked, where, you know, he's not losing value on the trade, right? Even now, if you were to pivot, it's not a strong position for him, but, you know, like I said, there is a time element going on here. What do you get? All right, smash the like button, everybody. This has been an amazing stream. Fast, did we miss anything? Everything's looking great. There's green all over the place.
We covered the big stuff.
Yeah, and my target here, look, my target for BTC was up here in this range where I had the confluence here, and we've come right up about to that 110 area, but I thought we were going to get in here. I'll just give you my target really quick, okay? This was my target which was between 111 and 114. It's what I put in my Telegram as well. So I would say with this thing happening this weekend, maybe we do get into this range. And then maybe after this weekend, because it's a bit of the event happens, right? So maybe coming into next week, we have a bit of a sell-off from it. That would make a lot of sense. And that's going to tell us a lot because we got a lot of green right now. So maybe come into the weekend or Monday, you get the pullbacks, and we'll see how strong everything's going to hold up. Well, we'll see what Trump drops on us next. But everything's looking in favor. Let's look at USDT dominance really quick. The Dixie's just not looking good at all, which is great. Okay. Which is great.
We hate USDT dominance.
Yeah. And
it's going down.
The Dixie's in bad shape too, so that's good for us. Let's USDT dominance really quick. Yeah, man, it looks like shit. That's good. This is very good for us. Yeah. Yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking it. Good stuff, man. Because what if we do have like a DeFi summer? What if we just keep ripping into the summer? That'd be crazy, wouldn't it?
That'd be sweet. There was announcements that would, we need some sort of catalyst for that, obviously. But yeah, if there's some sort of announcement that made DeFi just pump through the summer, if crypto in particular, and not necessarily the rest of the market, that'd be cool.
Look, man, this USDT looks like it's going to fall apart, man. USDT dominance, okay? Look at that, man. It looks over. It looks like it's about to come apart, and we would have the most insane bull run. This is about to break this whole area right here. Woo. Where would it go to? Who knows, man? We would have an epic bull run until it's... when I see this and I see the Dixie, it's very possible we just get the bull run into the fall. Maybe it's a normal cycle. Maybe it just is, and that also catches everybody off guard who's expecting a break for a recession or something, right? And we it is what it is. But there's a lot of indicators, just really directing us up for the most part. When I look at this USDT, this is on the monthly. It doesn't look good. So this chart falling apart, pups, if you guys aren't familiar, this is the dominance of the stablecoin USDT. When this is going down, we're going up because people are moving their USDT into risk-on assets. And this chart looks like it wants to fall apart on the monthly. All right. And that's very good for us. So, like I said, this train ain't stopping. Short of just something happening and, rarely do I believe the doomsayers. They've been calling doom since 2022. I don't think anything's stopping this train unless something happens, right?
Wait.
So there's a lot of good signs I'm seeing. Like I said, the one thing I'll keep my eye on is like Dow Jones Transportation Index. If this continues to fall apart, here's the thing though, it could fall apart and we could still keep pumping for a while, right?
You never know.
Yeah, this could just kind of be stagnant for a while. When people do talk about that, the economy's kind of stagnant, doesn't mean the markets have to fall apart, right? Nothing's breaking yet, and crypto's looking really good. So, yeah, we're looking good. Let's go really quick. We're at all-time high right now. Let's go. 109. Oh, there we go. Yep, all-time high again. Yeah, breaking it right now. Come down here to 4. Yeah, man, it's going right there, man. This is gonna be interesting. All right, looking beautiful. Yeah, so I think this could be a nice juicy target right here, 111 to 114. Maybe we do hit that into this Las Vegas conference, and then maybe we get our pullback from there, and we can see what's going on. But let's see something quick. So yeah, I mean, look, you got a break right here. This is the Dow Jones Industrial and DJT's little thing. So this is a little bit of a break. We'll keep an eye on this stuff. Looks like we're still going to at least get bullish sentiment into this weekend. So that's good. Enjoy it. Maybe get some nice rallies into the rest of this week. And then, guys, at St. Wolf Vision, come to the Telegram. I'll update you guys. Be more active in there. A lot of big announcements coming. At St. Wolf Vision, Telegram. Head in there. Subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button. Really help me grow this channel. We broke over 5,000 subscribers, and it's been really exciting, man. I'm going to kick it up a notch here because...
How many subscribers? 5,000.
Yeah, we got above 5K. So
you're starting to climb the ranks. That's for PulseChain influencers, 5,000 is a pretty good benchmark.
Yeah, I was surprised. Really caught me off guard, and I'm more excited about the channel. So when you guys smash the like button, it really helps the channel grow and get the word out, and it allows me to keep kicking out alpha for you guys. BTC 110. Let's go. It's moving. Oh shit, it's moving. Look, it's go. Oh fuck, we can't stop streaming now. It's going right in. You know what? Wait, I mean, what if it goes in the target and starts to sell off before the conference? I don't know. It'd be interesting. It's pumping. 110. Wow.
Yeah, it's right at the edge of the Bollinger Bands. It pops up just a little bit more.
Yo, UFO to go. What's up, man? Oh, that's right. I didn't even think about that. I'm at 5,366. So 5555 subscribers is coming soon.
Nice.
It's coming soon. We'll have to throw a little party for that for sure. I'll do a giveaway. Digital money. He's like, good luck to you and your girlfriend. He thinks Wild SJ is my girlfriend.
You could do worse.
I've never met her, but she's great. She'd be very lucky.
Yeah. she's pretty smoking in person too. Yeah. And just as happy.
Nice. Alt season, BTC pumping into daily close. Like we said, Richard's going. Huh? 110.7. Yep. Dude, what's gonna happen here?
Goes up to 110.7, and then half of it dumps into ETH, and ETH goes to $17,000.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Let's look at ETH. What's ETH up to? Where am I at? ETH in the 1 hour. It's just in this range.
Whoa, 110. It's over 110.16. It's pushing.
To me, this is almost starting to look like just a Wyckoff accumulation channel, man. So we could get one last dump into here and then a rip. What's this line? Oh, it's over there.
All-time high for Bitcoin. Nice.
Time to put a couple lines on here, I guess.
You know what's crazy? Like, no one else is streaming right now except for you.
Really?
Oh no, Creative Crypto just started up. But like, you know, you were you put in the time on the big day more than anybody else.
All right, let's pop it.
I'm of course limiting my viewing to PulseChain influencers.
You got a smoke, got a joke. What's this? Wait, I don't want to see that. Let me see. Yesterday, my friend told me I often make people uncomfortable by violating their personal space, said the orange cat to the striped. Cats are terrible at comedy, apparently.
So hear me out. Like, cat Special Olympics token.
Oh boy. Where are we at?
Retar cat. I'm gonna have to work on it.
You got work to do, brother. We got work to do. You guys enjoy this. This is great. This is really good stuff, man. We got Richard Hart back. He's going to start streaming soon.
Yeah.
ETH's going to get above 2,800. And it's just... It's moon time. I'm excited. I'm excited. Fast, was great to see you.
You, bro.
Yep. I'll see you on the next one. Chat, you guys are absolutely amazing. I love you guys. Smash the like button. Make our love official. Subscribe to the channel. Come to @StWolfVision. And we'll see you guys later. Night, everybody.
Night.